having on the way in, seeing so many community members, early supporters, donors, sponsors. Again, so many people. I just want to give everybody a hug and say thank you for getting us to this point in this journey. Just by way of quick little background, Paul and I have been working on this project. The idea really spurred, I think, back in 2018 or so. And at that point, as we were looking at a lot of different projects that we've been doing, activating under freeway spaces, there really was this growing need that we were hearing from our stakeholders. And then really when you started to assess it, to enhance the quality of life and livability in downtown Milwaukee and continue to react to the thousands of new apartment units and offices that are going pet friendly, new hotels that are pet friendly, shops, restaurants that are all pet friendly, the need was eminent that we needed to do a project like this. You have to go over 3 miles away from the point that we're standing right now if you want to get to an off-leash dog park. So again, needing this project from the very beginning. So when Paul and I started off, we really had that vision to deliver the downtown's first dog park. But really this project has become so much more. As we've rolled out the fundraising, which has essentially been about a 4-year-long process, so thank you again to so many folks that are in the room that have contributed to that. It really became so much more. Obviously, as we can see here, it's a community gathering space. We've had an opportunity to reimagine one of the key access points into downtown Milwaukee. Previously underutilized site, now it's going to be a beautiful public space that's going to be activated. We're strengthening the connections between the historic 3rd Ward, Milwaukee downtown, and Walker's Point. We're also improving the water quality through the sustainable infrastructure that we put in, improving water quality as well, so having an environmental component to it. And also, a special thank you to the partnership with many of our city of Milwaukee partners that are here, expanded, adding several hundred feet of river walk and public access. So again, better access to the river, environmental improvements. And those that just love their dogs, so many people have found ways to rally around this project from the very beginning. I also just want to talk about the evolution of the project real quick, and really which has been the most exciting part of this project since the very beginning. Like I mentioned, we launched it really under the delivering downtown's first dog park, but really evolved from its original vision into an extraordinary economic development and placemaking project through the partnership that we were able to form with Fromm Family Pet Foods that ultimately led to us being able to think about this project in a much greater way. So thank you to Tom, Fromm, and the whole Neman family for your early belief in this project, along with so many additional sponsors, which I'll name shortly. But then ultimately coming in and buying the long vacant site directly adjacent to this site, allowing us to re-envision the project, grow the square footage of the dog park itself, and then ultimately look at what this 1.4-acre redevelopment can really truly be as a social hub, welcoming folks and their furry friends ultimately down here. So again, special thank you. I know I want to also throw out a thank you to Scott Welsh and Barry Chavins in the room for making that initial connection multiple years ago to the Fromm family that really got this thing kicked off. So again, thank you for those connections. In addition to Fromm, there's so many, I could go through and literally name everybody that's in this crowd. We're so blessed to have so many donors and supporters that have been with us from the very beginning. Thousands of area residents contributed on all different levels, and large and small businesses that have stepped up to make the project a reality. The Milwaukee Admirals, Berghammer, our general contractor, and thank you for staying with us for so long through this process, and all of their subcontractors, many of which are here today. We Energies, Grave, BMO, Veolia, Tito's, Off Leash Canine, 333 Water, Ogden Companies, the 3rd Street Market Halls, St. Paul Fish, the Vogel family. And I know there's so many more, but just goes to show you the breadth of folks that have stepped up to really make this project a reality. I also want to thank my very supportive board of directors. Thank you very much, many of which are here today. My incredible bid team, thank you for all the support as we've continued to work through this project. All of our project partners at the City of Milwaukee, the Common Council, Milwaukee County and Milwaukee County Parks, the Wisconsin Department of Transportation, been an incredible partner working through this process from the very beginning. The Federal Highways Administration, Milwaukee Development Corp, and so many more. So again, it shows you the breadth and the community and all the private and public sector partners that have came together. And before I turn it over to my project partner on this, Paul Schwartz, just want to say a special thank you to my wife Stephanie and my family that also came here today. As Paul will also attest to, certainly a trying project over the multiple years to continue to keep the momentum going. So truly love all the support. So with that, I want to turn it over to Paul Schwartz. Paul and I have been, constantly communicating on this project and so many things that we're always working on, and wouldn't ask for a better partner on this project. So thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. The good news is that Matt thanked half of Milwaukee, so I think my remarks will be pretty short at this point. I would like to start by acknowledging, because nobody got a chance to introduce him, my friend and project partner, Matt Dorner from Milwaukee Downtown. I could not have asked for a better partner throughout this process, someone who's more patient, more diligent, and is more well-suited to take over for Beth Werrick in the leadership of Downtown Milwaukee. So a quick round of applause for Matt. I know there are free burgers being offered in the city today, thanks to the Brewers' hot streak. And so I just wanted to say thank you for choosing dogs over burgers for now at least. And we truly are just so grateful by the showing that takes place here. There are a handful of people I want to thank, but before I do that, this really is defined by the word, I think, community. If you look around you today, I think you'll see not only people from the public sector, private sector, but you see downtown residents, shop owners, people all walks of life coming down here to really support this project. And they've been with us all along the way, not just towards the tail end. And so I really want to express a level of gratitude to everyone who has not shown up here tonight, but has been with us throughout every step of the way. I do want to also acknowledge the team who put on this event today, Punch PR, Laura Graham and her entire team. Can we give them a round of applause, please? Not an easy thing to work with Matt and I, especially in the last 24 hours, but they pulled it off exponentially well. The construction team, Berghammer, Stephen Perry Smith, amazing work on this best in show, first class dog park that I think that people are going to enjoy for many years to come. I also want to acknowledge, outside of the public sector, we had a lot of great partners through nonprofit sector. It was kicked off by generous support from the Downtown Neighbors Association, made up of resident community downtown, and everything in between, including my extended family at the Historic Third Ward Association, who stepped up to the plate not only for monetary donations, but also constant support, marketing, and cheerleading throughout the course of the last 5+ years. Can't thank you enough. I have a list of people that I was going to thank in the private sector, but I'm not going to do that because all of you know deep down how much I appreciate you. I think a lot of them were also mentioned by Matt, but the people I want to thank the most right now are the people who had been with me and supportive throughout this whole process, and that includes the dream team at the Milwaukee Public Market and the Business Improvement District in the 3rd Ward, my staff, and our board of directors, many of which are here today. Thank you. Yes, round of applause. My staff not only stepped up to the plate even when they weren't asked, they would cover for me when I was pulled in different directions, and they were there countless times again to just show up, even today, to help things out. So I want to extend a level of appreciation to that network and that community that exists there. And I see also somebody else who's been a longtime supporter of us is Patrick Nettlebeck of St. Paul Fish Company. He has been a constant advocate for us throughout this process. So thank you for your help, Patrick. The list goes on and on. I said I was going to keep it short. I didn't keep it short. So without further ado, one of the people, when they're writing the history book about the Downtown Dog Park, of which I'm desperate to read, there's going to be a lot of key people that were involved early on. And I think of none other people whose family had a vision and had inspiration and stepped up to the plate early on than our next speaker. Tom Neman and his family at Fromm Family Pet Foods and Foxtown Brewing have donated endlessly to this project and continue to advocate to create this full block of reimagined development space that we find ourselves in. This will be, as in Tom Neman's words, downtown's dog district, and I can't think of a better person to bring up here next than Tom Neman. Thanks, Tom.
Good afternoon. Yeah, this is quite a dogmentous day. We're finally opening up the park after a long time of putting it together. It was quite an undertaking. One that has followed years of work and dedication from Matt, Paul, and so many other supporters, partners, and friends. A little more than a year ago, we broke ground and spoke about our dreams to make a newly revitalized part of the riverfront, the dog district for greater downtown. It would seem hard work has paid off. We are ready to unleash this best-in-class park to the community. Many of you know, we're a fourth-generation owner of Fromm Family Foods, but I'm also part of a family with deep roots and numerous pride in the community that we call home. Together with my wife and sons, I have continued a tradition decided by my ancestors and dedicated to the health and well-being of pets. And like generations before us, we invest back into the community because it's the right thing to do. Because it creates the kind of neighborhoods and cultures that keeps generations rooted and thriving. I saw Matt and Paul's vision from our first tour of this parcel of underutilized land in the heart of Milwaukee, and I appreciate that they saw my vision to help protect this revitalized land further and develop Foxtown Landing. As you can see, we're already hard at work, and by 2027, we will have built a 28,000 square foot hub for socialization and celebration where pets, lovers, and community can connect. This park is more than just a place for dogs to play. It's a chance for the neighborhood to connect through a shared love of pets. It's been an example to me of how communities can bind together. This dog park touched municipalities, government, city, private business, and public interests. I'm so happy to see so many other companies showing their support and excited to see what we can do with this community space in the future. It's my hope that the community embraces the dog park, cares for it, and keeps it in a much needed place of connection for the downtown. I look forward to sharing a toast with you in the coming years as we continue to make the riverfront a must-visit part of the downtown culture. Thank you.
And now it's my honor to introduce our downtown alderman, Alderman Bob Bauman. Just want to say that since the very beginning when we brought this project to the alderman, he's been just an absolute champion for the project through over the years as we've continued to work through a variety of approval processes and the city support, particularly on the Riverwalk segment. So again, thank you to the alderman, and please come up.
Well, thank you, Matt. And this is a great day. I know how important pets are in the lives of humans these days. And as we've tried to generate new residential development downtown and attract population to downtown Milwaukee, which we've largely succeeded at doing. Over my 21 years of being in office, I've seen significant growth in the residential population downtown. But one of the things that's always been lacking, and one of the things that I repeatedly heard from a lot of residents and new residents, is where's the dog park? I live in a multi-unit building. It's all concrete. It's all hard surface. There's nowhere to go. There's maybe a little corner of grass here or there, or a little spot of gravel here or there, but there's really nothing that would emulate the type of facilities and amenities that you have in a suburban environment for the care of pets. So that's why this was always a priority. It's a huge amenity, and one that was largely brought forward through the private sector, through private donations from various downtown businesses and stakeholders, and the great work of the two business improvement districts, which really took the lead. A $2 million investment with very little taxpayer funds, which is generally a good thing given all the challenges that the city faces from a financial standpoint. So I just want to thank everyone who participated, who made this possible, and I look forward to seeing a well-used dog park in the heart of downtown Milwaukee. Thank you.
Thank you, Alderman Bauman. The city support has not just stopped at the Common Council. Mayor Cavalier Johnson and his department team and staff has been incredibly helpful throughout this process. The mayor has early on seen the vision and the benefit of having this amenity, not only as a community benefit for residents and workers alike, but also the identity that properly designed and maintained community spaces like this can create economic value for the city and improve the quality of life throughout the greater downtown area. Throughout this process, from fundraising through the development process, we've had an incredible working relationship with every department, from Department of Public Works, Department of City Development, DNS, across all other departments at the city. And so we cannot thank the mayor and his administration enough for all their efforts along the way. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a warm welcome to our mayor, Cavalier Johnson.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Well, look, so in Milwaukee, we evidently value all of our four-legged friends, and that's evident by the names of the spaces, right? You got Deer District, you got Black Cat Alley, and now we got the Doggy District rising in downtown Milwaukee. Isn't that great? I think it's pretty good. So look, the very first person that I had the chance to speak with when I was coming in here was a lady who lives downtown. She lives downtown, she's got a dog, her daughter lives downtown too, and whenever they go and walk their dog, they would end up having to leave Milwaukee. They would actually leave the city, go to some other community in order to walk their dog. Now those days are over. They have an amenity right here in the neighborhood where they live in order to make sure they take care of their pets and get exercise for their dog. Now, Alderman Bauman touched on this, and that's the fact that we've seen some really, really impressive growth in the residential population in downtown Milwaukee. People are choosing Milwaukee. People with pets are choosing Milwaukee. And all of our partners here today, we're all making sure that they have the amenities to make sure that living here is comfortable. We answer the call to the things that they need. It's vibrant. We got vitality going on. And when they got four-legged pets, we take care of them too. So I want to thank all of our friends, all of our partners that helped to make this happen here today, not just for the dog park that's going to open now, but also for Foxtown that's going to be opening up pretty soon here. Is going to be an incredible, incredible addition to Milwaukee right along our river walk. But there's no two people that I want to thank more than the folks who have been emceeing this event. Matt Dorner from Milwaukee Downtown, bid 21, and Paul Schwartz from the 3rd Ward, bid number 2. And I do have, they don't know this, at least one of them doesn't, proclamations for them. So if you'll indulge me for just a moment, I'd like to read them. They read, Office of the Mayor, City of Milwaukee Proclamation. Whereas the City of Milwaukee proudly joins Matt Dorner and Paul Schwartz and other Downtown Dog Park heroes in recognizing Downtown Dog Park Heroes Day on Wednesday, August 20th, 2025. And whereas the Downtown Dog Park Heroes' vision is to create a vibrant place for the city's residents to gather and enjoy the company of their beloved dogs in a safe, welcoming environment. And whereas the Downtown Dog Park Heroes' vision would not have been possible without the selfless efforts, dedication, and unwavering commitment of Matt Dorner and Paul Schwartz, the champions of Milwaukeeans and their furry companions. And whereas the Downtown Dog Park heroes, such as Matt and Paul, skillfully navigated the complex environment of land use regulations, permitting requirements, and public-private partnerships while ensuring that downtown residents' voices were heard throughout the process. And whereas the Downtown Dog Park heroes' tireless efforts in fundraising, led by Matt and Paul, secure the financial support needed to transform the idea of a downtown dog park into a best-in-show reality. And whereas the City of Milwaukee proudly recognizes the positive impact this new dog park will have on the well-being of downtown Milwaukee residents, their pets, for generations to come. And now, therefore, I, Cavalier Johnson, Mayor of the City of Milwaukee, do hereby proclaim Wednesday, August 20th, 2025 to be Downtown Dog Park Heroes Day throughout the entire city of Milwaukee. And I'm going to ask Paul and Matt to meet me right in front to accept these proclamations. Thank you, guys.
Wow. All right, that was unexpected. Thank you so much, Mayor Johnson, and thank you, Alderman Bauman and Tom for the kind remarks. I mean, this is obviously just a really fulfilling day. Obviously, Paul and I have worked tirelessly on this project. We couldn't be more happy to be at this point with all of you in the community. And again, thank you so much. This is, it really is something special. So I really, really do appreciate it. Paul?
Yeah, I'm speechless. So thank you. We are going to cut a ribbon right here away from the entrance so that all of you can go inside the park afterwards. There is some line queuing and some additional measures taking place once inside the park, but we're going to cut the ribbon now and then cut everyone loose. Thanks all.